I'm making is that to think that this should have been the business of the PM to make sure at every step that nothing wrong was done. I mean, on that basis, no wrong would ever be done in the government except by the PM himself, because you're going to hold everything the PM does, everything that happens should have been subjected to oversight, micromanagement by the Prime Minister. That is not the job of the Prime Minister. Look, if something wrong happened, we should find out whether it was wrong and take appropriate action. That's what's going on. But to blame the Prime Minister is just totally misjudging the situation.
Travel smooth with Thermoscope.
For 150 years, Tag Heuer has pioneered watchmaking. I'm Shah Rukh Khan, and I'm proud to be part of Tag Heuer's legend. History begins every morning.
Jay, there was a time when I used to say, "Go, you're getting late." But he would keep standing there looking up. Now all he has time for are meetings, deadlines, and his toys. All men are the same. Forgot something?
You.
What makes you exceptional? Your success, or the way you handle it? Introducing the new city, exceptional, like you.
की पिक्चर क्वालिटी एकदम साफ, और ये है 10 डिजिटल केबल की पिक्चर क्वालिटी, ये भी एकदम साफ। और ये क्या, 10 डिजिटल केबल के साथ पैसों की बचत भी। 10 डिजिटल केबल, देखे जरा।
This is the Girnar mountain range. This is the domain of the Asiatic lion. More than 400 of these regal lions roam this forest. Lion and man share this land in peace, respecting each other. A good reason why the lion population is on the rise. Breathe in their presence. Breathe in these stark and pristine forests. Breathe in a bit of Gujarat. Aditya Birla Group, taking India to the world.
Let's leave the world behind. Let's leave the world behind.
The new Toyota Fortuner. The art of power.
This is TV18, and you are watching CNN IPM.
The Supreme Court delivers another blow to the UPA government in the 2G case, calls the license allocation irregular and arbitrary, cancels the 122 licenses that were given by ex-Telecom Minister A. Raja. There's a temporary breather for Home Minister Chidambaram, but no clean chit either. The trial court will now decide if the CBI should probe his role in the 2G scam. The decision must come within 2 weeks.
On the contrary, the Supreme Court clearly, and I will emphasize clearly, says that the Finance Ministry's advice was not followed by the then Minister for Telecommunications.
The political war of words intensifies. The BJP targets the Finance Minister and says Chidambaram must resign. Telecom Minister Kapil Sibal rejects the demand, says NDA's first come first served policy has also been criticized by the Supreme Court. Let me raise the next big fallout of this judgment. Should corporates be embarrassed by the 2G scam and by the Supreme Court judgment today? Still with us, Paranjoy Gua Thakurda, senior journalist who's been tackling this case for the last few years. Gopal Jain's lawyer joining us from New Delhi. He appears in several telecom matters. Rajeev Chandrasekhar, member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, who's tracked the telecom sector for years. And also Prashant Bhushan, anti-corruption activist, one of the petitioners in the case, who had specifically asked for the cancellation of the licenses. I want to come to each of you one by one. First to you, Prashant Bhushan, do you believe that the corporates have much to answer for in this case as well? That it's not just the politicians, but the corporates as well? And this case actually reveals what we've always suspected, a deep corporate-politician nexus.
No, absolutely. I mean, this case is a very, very stark illustration of how corporates are really driving corruption in this country.
Right.
Even if you look at the Radia tapes, this is what you find, that it is corporates who are deciding who should be the communications minister, etc. In this case, the beneficiaries of this corrupt deal were mainly the corporates.
Right.
Now, they may have given some kickbacks. They probably gave some kickbacks to Mr. Raja and perhaps to other officials. But the main beneficiary of this huge loot of literally tens of thousands or even lakhs of crores were these corporates. And therefore the importance of this judgment is that the unfair gain that these corporates got from this corrupt deal,
yes,
or from this dishonest deal should be returned back, and it should be put to the public auction so that the public exchequer can get this money. And further, that in future,
yes,
no public assets and natural resources can be given away by way of mining leases or otherwise, except by a transparent public auction.
Okay, Gopal Jain, you appear for many of these corporates. Do you see that in that way, that the corporates have received their just deserts? Or do you believe this is excessive, that any corporate which simply perhaps had a legitimate contract has also been dragged in because of what Mr. Raja did?
Yes, Rajeev, in fact, it falls in two different categories because the word corporate is a very all-encompassing word. There were those who got new licenses under a press release or a government decision of 10th of January,
yes,
which was clearly tainted, which the court has said is arbitrary, which is wrong, and therefore the consequence has fallen on them. They've declared these decisions illegal. There were several other serious telecom operators who had applications dating back to 2006, which had nothing to do with Raja, but the DOT did not grant them license or allocate spectrum to them. And it so happened that it happened subsequently and much later. Now, you can't club both these people together because
right,
just by the doctrine of equality, they are two incomparables. So to give you one example, a very leading telecom operating company called Idea Cellular, they had applications of 2006. Now, they have also been brought within the purview of the 10th January press release, though they've made huge investments and capital expenditure, etc. Likewise, it happened with, Vodafone as well. But the court clearly has made that demarcation.
Right.
Because those which are for an earlier
do you believe
period
that's right
have
or
not
wrong?
been
Do you believe
together.
that's right or wrong? Do you believe that's
so
right or wrong?
Therefore, yes, that distinction is valid. It should be maintained because what was wrong was a subsequent Raja decision of 10th January, and the consequence of that has fallen on those who were beneficiaries.
Okay.
And the court has undone the fruits of the wrongdoing to those people, and to that extent I